Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the recent decision that has been taken by the Honorable Supreme Court of India, where they have decided to review the police custody judgment that was given by the same court in year 1992. So let us try to understand in this video that why Supreme Court want to review the judgment of 1992, what exactly was the ruling in that particular year, and why Supreme Court feels that there is a need for this particular change. So first of all, to give you the context of this particular issue, recently yesterday in Supreme Court, while issuing a statement, has said that its existing position for accused person to be detained in police custody, which cannot extend or go beyond the period of 15 days from the initial date of arrest, needs a review. Basically, what has happened is that the bench comprising of two judges, Justice M.R. Shah and Justice C.T. Ravi Kumar have observed the court needs to review its landmark 1992 ruling. So this ruling actually held that no detention in police custody beyond the first 15 days arrest is permissible in normal circumstances. So let us try to understand that why does Supreme Court want a review and what changes will happen if it is revisited. But first of all, let us try to understand the present case which has propelled the Supreme Court or which to take a review of its decision. So the Central Bureau of Investigation, one of the investigation agencies of India, has moved to the Supreme Court where it had asked for the additional custody of an accused by the name of Vikash Misra, who is the brother of the former Trinamool Congress leader Vinay Mishra. The reason behind this is that investigation agencies has claimed that it requires fresh custody since he was not being able to interrogate it properly by the CBI despite the police custody remand that the court has granted to them. And the one reason behind this was that he was hospitalized and was in the hospital and due to certain diseases or problems. However, as far as the lawyers of Vikash Misra is concerned, they have actually opposed this fresh demand and they have cited the same 30-year-old 1992 ruling of the Supreme Court where police custody cannot be given beyond the period of 15 days from the date of arrest. The Supreme Court in the CBI versus Anupam Kulkarni case also has held that an accused cannot be detained in police custody after the lapse of 15 days from the date of arrest. So let us try to understand what is the present law as far as the custody of any individual is concerned. So first of all, as far as the Criminal Procedure Code is concerned, police custody is granted by magistrate for reasons that must be recorded in the magistrate's order. Then the most important section of the CRPC says that section 167, that detention beyond 24 hours is an exception and generally it is not allowed. That means if police personnel has arrested some individuals on whatever charges, they have to be produced mandatorily within the to the magistrate or in the court after the 24 hours or within the 24 hours of time frame. Police cannot detain an individual for more than 24 hours in its custody. At the same time, in the same section, subclause 2 also clearly state that the magistrate has been authorized or magistrate is authorized the detention of the accused in such custody as such magistrate thinks fit for a term not exceeding 15 days in the whole. That means suppose that a person has been arrested, police has produced this person within the 24-hour time frame to the magistrate, and then it depends on the magistrate that if he deems fit or necessary, then he can allow police custody to be extended for 15 days but not more than that. This provision, the SC had said in 1992 Anupam Kulkarni case, basically was intended to protect the accused from the methods which may be adopted by some overzealous and unscrupulous police officers to extract some sort of confession so that they can close the case. Now, question comes that why police custody is allowed or how police custody is allowed. So, a complete reading of section 167 CRPC, it essentially shows that after the 15-day police custody, further remand in the period of investigation can only be the form of judicial custody. So, judicial custody basically refers to a situation where accused is put in the central jail and he or she is under the supervision of a magistrate. Whereas if you talk about the police custody, here the accused will be put in a police station and the police officer, according to their desire, can interrogate the accused to extract confessions or also to know more about the details of the crime. So that is the main difference between the judicial custody and the police custody. So the reason behind this is very simple. The law has been designed in such a way so that it can check on the state's power. It can check on the executive power to restrict an individual's liberty So actually, when the police know that only they have 15 days, they will strive to finish the investigation also on time. However, this is routinely circumvented using an exception to the 15-day rule. Now, this is not true for all the circumstances. There are some exceptions also where this 15 days rule is not adhered to. For example, the 15-day bar does not apply if the accused is involved in a different case arising out of separate cause of action. That means, for example, if an individual has multiple FIRs running in different places in the country, then these all FIRs cannot be clubbed together, and the police cannot have just jurisdiction to arrest the person for only 15 days. In the case of multiple FIR, the police custody can be extended. For each of the FIRs, 15-day bar can be allowed. Thus, even if he is in judicial custody in one case, he can formally be arrested in the other case, and police can seek custody again, starting another 15-day cycle. And this is something that we have seen in the recent example, in the recent case where the founder of a popular news channel Alt News was arrested, and then the police custody went beyond 15 days. He was arrested and put in police custody beyond 15 days on the account of multiple FIRs that has been lodged against him in different part of the nation. So the question comes that, okay, if police has been granted the custody for 15 days, what happens after this 15 days police custody lapses? So as far as the criminal procedure code is concerned, it leads to default bail, or what is referred as statutory bail. After 15 days, if police is not able to label any properly charged, or they are not able to submit a charge sheet, then the individual or accused have to be given a default or a statutory bail. In the same situation, section 167 clause 2 sub clause A also says that magistrate can then authorize the detention of the accused person otherwise than in the custody of police beyond the period of 15 days if he is satisfied that adequate ground exists for doing so. However, even in this situation, if magistrate is extending the custody, this cannot be exceeded beyond 90 days and general on average 60 days. Now, what is the difference between the 60 days to 90 days? So simple logic, a simple rule is there that when the further detention of an accused becomes necessary to complete the investigation, the magistrate may authorize it, but not beyond 90 days for the offences that are punishable with death and or life imprisonment, and not beyond 60 days for all any other offences. That is why we have this window of 60 to 90 days interval. 90 days for the offences that is punishable by death or life imprisonment, and 60 days if accused is accused of the crimes which does not warrant such kind of penalty. So in this situation, it was the Supreme Court's ruling that also becomes interesting to understand, which was given in year 1975 in the Matabar Parida versus State of Odisha case. In this particular ruling, the Supreme Court has said that if it is not possible to complete the investigation even within a 60 to 90 days period, then even in serious and ghastly types of crime, the accused will be entitled to be released on the bail. That means whatever situation is there, whatever result and outcome is there after the end of 90 days period, if police is not able to complete the investigation, the automatic bail has to be granted no matter what kind of crime the person has been accused of. So the basic objective behind was to ensure the investigation agency do not do dilly-dally. They complete the investigation expeditiously within the reasonable time. So overall, what we can say about this particular case, that both the 1992 ruling and the current ruling are by two judges benches, and so if there has to be any changes, any modification made in this ruling, a larger bench will have to assemble and will have to consider the issue fresh and again clarify the law, and if changes have to be made, then the changes will be made. So that is all about this particular issue, about the decision of Supreme Court to revisit the 1992 ruling. I hope you understood about the crux of the case. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such helpful content. Thank you very much.